And the time right now, 6:13 on your Sunday night. We had a very similar day today compared to what we had yesterday. It was breezy, it was cold, and a few flakes from time to time, but they didn't amount to anything. And of course, no travel issues. There's some of that happening, though, a bit farther to the south of Connecticut. We'll talk about that in a minute. Right now, a live look outside in Mystic. It's a pretty evening out there, pretty chilly one. Still a bit breezy. There are a few clouds. We've seen mostly, I'd say partly to mostly cloudy skies throughout the day. Those clouds will briefly become a bit more clear before more clouds come in as a big system out towards the west makes its way towards Connecticut. Now, as far as what we see out there in Mystic, like I said, it looks good out there. Up through Windsor Locks, it's cold, 32 degrees, with that wind out of the west at 12. Now, at Bradley, where our records are kept for the Hartford area, notice this morning we should be 20. We were 29 degrees. That's because those winds did not let up. You really can't get down to that 20 with a breeze, say 15 to 20 miles per hour. The afternoon, though, we reached 35. We should be 36, about as close as we can get to average. First Alert Live radar is scanning the state dry, and it will for most of the week. There's some changes possible, at least as far as maybe as early as tomorrow. Temperatures out there, though, those 20s and lower 30s for everybody. But with that wind out there, it's out of the north and west, anywhere from 5 to about, say, 17 miles per hour in Willimantic and Norwich, 22 in Groton, and that's the sustained winds. It feels a bit colder, looking at more like teens as the wind chill. Now, the wind gust trend eventually through the overnight will begin to lighten up a bit. By morning tomorrow, we're not talking about much in the way of a breeze. It will light winds, calm, and that's the only day next week that our winds are on the lower side. Once we get to Tuesday, Wednesday, and beyond, it is bone-chillingly cold with windy conditions expected. Now, notice there's a few flakes to the north and west of Connecticut. A few of those made their way into Connecticut. But the big system out west, check out this, some blizzard warnings. It's cold, certainly cold enough for snow. Hard to believe that areas of the south, the Carolinas and Virginia, will have more snow after this than what we've seen for the entire season so far here locally, even a severe threat farther south. Notice these two red boxes indicating tornado watches. But the watches and warnings, they come about as close as central Jersey. There's still a chance for a few flakes farther towards the north, even less, though, than what we saw yesterday, especially through parts of Long Island. Notice it all plays out in First Alert Futurecast. Tomorrow morning, you might see some of these rippling of the clouds. I like seeing those because it's normally ahead of a big storm, and there is one. It's just not going to make its way into Connecticut. Notice how close some of these flurries can make it, say, northern Long Island, maybe southern Fairfield County, but that's about it. And then throughout the day on your Monday, we'll notice clouds decreasing, but it gets very cold and very windy behind that system. Forecast lows tonight, we're talking teens to 20s. Clouds increase, the breeze will be lightening up as well. Forecast highs tomorrow, about 25 to, say, lower 30s. Those overcast skies for most of us and a few flurries, the best chance of that would be farther towards the south. Notice how cold it gets. Wednesday, Thursday, teens. It feels like temperature these days is 5 to 15 degrees. Winds lighten up a bit by Friday, and then Saturday our snow chance. Remember we showed you yesterday, both models in very good agreement of some heavy snow. But today, the American model has backed off somewhat. The European model still wants to keep something. So as of right now, it's what we've been saying, what we'll continue to say all week. You have to keep up with the forecast. It's going to change. Yes, there's a chance for snow, but yes, there's a chance for nothing. We'll have the very latest on all that, though, always, as always, on the WFSB Weather app. Bryant?
Scott, so you're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance.
All right, thank you.